Oh, footy.
Yeah, absolutely. Toronto FC GM Ali Curtis is joining us. Ali, welcome to the show. How are things with you? How's the family? How are you staying safe?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. It's good to be on. Yeah, we're fortunate. Everyone's safe and healthy, with the family. And like a lot of families out there, we're just juggling, Zoom calls, conference calls, and then trying to do homeschooling for kids. So, things are good in that regard.
Yeah, I've only had about 2 walk-ins during the show, so we're we're pretty good right now with the kids 9 and 7. We were talking to your coach Greg Vanney early on in this, and he was saying how to kind of take a break every once in a while. He was watching some old El Clasicos, and both Sid and I are pretty big footy fans. Where do you go when you need the break? Like, have you been watching some old games? And if so, what are you watching?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of old games. It's been great. Gosh, 1 second. I'm getting pinged. Sorry.
I've been there. Don't worry about it.
To be honest with you, I've got a chance to watch some old Toronto FC games. And when I first joined last January of 2019, I had watched every game from 2018, but I hadn't seen a lot of the games in 2017. Of course, I was with Red Bull in 15 and 16, so I saw some Toronto FC games, but not all. And that's been really interesting because, we've had a lot of consistency with the roster, so I've been able to kind of see, I've been able to kind of see the maturation of some of the players in a different way, like Osorio and Tsubasa and even some of our veteran players like Josie and Michael, being able to see those guys with a critical eye, over the last month or two in previous years has been really good. So that's been interesting. And then just, MLS has been playing a lot of the old games. I think I watched, there's a famous game they call the Cheat and Bob game. I think that was in 2003. It was DC United versus, the Metro Stars at the time. And I played in that game. So I watched that game. So all around, just been watching a lot of football.
Ali Curtis, GM of TFC, joining us here on Tim and Sid. Ali, before time is not our friend here, so we do want to get a couple things in with you. The speculation, and I know decisions haven't been made. I don't want you to tell tales out of school, get you in trouble. It's not our intention. But the speculation of maybe a hub city in Orlando for Major League Soccer is picking up a little bit of steam. Is it a situation with the league, the way it's built right now, considering what it needs going forward to maybe complete a season? Is hub city the way to go, just to cut the border out of the equation and there's less questions? Is that an idea that when you hear it, you don't dismiss?
I don't think you can dismiss anything, in this, in the universe that we're living in right now. Everything's on the table. This is not, these aren't ideal times, and you need to, we've got to think outside the box and have both conventional and unconventional concepts, and really try to think through how we can get back to playing in a safe way. So I think it's important that everybody, the clubs in the league, are thinking collaboratively and creatively, such that we can get back to playing games. I mean, that's what everyone's excited about. I know the league has been considering a number of different scenarios and in terms of how we need to get back to playing. Having a neutral site venue is one of those scenarios, not just down in Orlando, but also they've been looking at, a number of other cities. I can't get into the details of those, but anything that can get us playing competitive soccer as quickly as possible, we've got to consider, so just excited to get back to playing as quickly as possible, and we'll see what that looks like.
Sid and I have been excited that the Bundesliga is coming back this weekend, and obviously the K-League is also playing some soccer. I know Duke's a pretty good school, so I would guess that you would be learning from others. But how, are you watching from afar? Can you be collaborative with those leagues in any way, shape, or form in how you return when you do return?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can. I think, all of us have been in the business for a long time, and so we still reach out to a lot of our international counterparts for best practices on what they're doing with their downtime, how they're orchestrating their training sessions, how they're organizing, around their training facilities and those types of things. I've been on a couple calls with various GMs and sporting directors from, around the world, as well as from, within the U.S., guys from the NBA and from the NHL. We have also, we've got a call every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with folks from the Raptors and the Maple Leafs. So, now's the time where we can everyone wants to get back to playing in a safe way. So, this is the world's crisis right now. And so we need to be sharing information and best practices, and no one's the smartest person in the room. Everyone has ideas and things like that. And so, we're trying to share those ideas and share those best practices and watch and learn and read about what's going on in the sporting universe, such that we can try to get back to playing as quickly as possible and in the safest way possible as well.
Right.
Ali, I appreciate the time. We appreciate the time. Listen, the K-League got me excited last week. I'm not a K-League guy, but it got me excited last week. I was on YouTube watching the opener, and I'm a huge Bundesliga guy. Hopefully Alphonso Davies has a go here, especially Sunday, and I'll be just as excited when TFC and everyone else and the Whitecaps and the Impact get back on the field. So looking forward to that. Ali, we really, really appreciate the time. Take care, and let's talk again down the road. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Be well.